Why, despite millions of graduates, does India struggle to produce innovators? Our system's emphasis on rote learning is a fundamental flaw. Memorizing facts without understanding stifles creativity and curiosity. We need to embrace active learning. Encourage children to question, explore, and discover. Imagine classrooms buzzing with debate and discussion, where students think critically and challenge the status quo. We often hear about the growing skills gap in India, where industries struggle to find qualified candidates for jobs. Our education system, unfortunately, plays a significant role in perpetuating this problem. Many students graduate without the practical skills or vocational training needed to thrive in the real world. They enter the workforce ill-prepared, lacking the hands-on experience and industry-relevant knowledge that employers seek. This disconnect between theoretical knowledge and practical skills is a disservice to our youth.
It's like giving someone a map but no compass, leaving them lost and directionless. We need to bridge this gap by incorporating vocational training and skill development programs into our education system. Let's create pathways for students to acquire practical skills alongside academic knowledge. Imagine schools partnering with industries, providing internships, apprenticeships, and real-world exposure to students. Imagine classrooms transformed into workshops where students can tinker, experiment, and develop practical skills.
This integration of theory and practice is not just desirable, it's essential for creating a workforce that's truly equipped to meet the demands of the 21st century. Let's empower our youth with the skills they need to not just survive, but to thrive in the ever-evolving global landscape. The Indian education system's obsession with exams is no secret. We've all experienced the pressure, the anxiety, the relentless focus on scoring high marks, often at the cost of true learning. This overemphasis on exams creates a culture of fear and competition, pushing students to memorize rather than understand, to cram rather than explore. It's like trying to measure the depth of the ocean with a ruler, a futile exercise that misses the bigger picture. We need to move away from this narrow definition of success, from equating high marks with true intelligence. Let's embrace a more holistic approach to assessment, one that values critical thinking, problem-solving, creativity, and emotional intelligence alongside academic performance. Imagine a system where students are encouraged to pursue their passions, to develop their unique talents, to learn at their own pace. Imagine assessments that go beyond rote memorization, that challenge students to think critically and apply their knowledge to real-world situations. This shift requires a fundamental change in our mindset, a move away from seeing education as a race to the finish line and towards a journey of lifelong learning. Let's create an education system that nurtures well-rounded individuals, not just exam-taking machines. The unfortunate reality is that access to quality education in India is often determined by geography and socio-economic background.
While elite schools in urban areas thrive, rural schools often lack basic infrastructure and resources.
This disparity in educational opportunities perpetuates a cycle of poverty and inequality, denying millions of children their fundamental right to a good education.
It's like having a library full of books but only allowing a select few to enter.
We need to bridge this gap by increasing investment in education, particularly in rural areas.
Let's ensure that every child, regardless of their background, has access to quality teachers, infrastructure, and learning resources.
Imagine a nation where a child's zip code doesn't determine their destiny, where every child has an equal opportunity to learn, grow, and reach their full potential.
This requires a collective effort from the government, policymakers, educators, and citizens alike.
We need to prioritize education as a national imperative, recognizing that investing in our children's future is investing in the future of our nation.
Let's break down the walls of inequality and create an education system that is truly inclusive and equitable for all.
The quality of education is directly proportional to the quality of teachers. Yet, we often fail to provide our teachers with the support, training, and resources they need to excel in their roles.
Many teachers are forced to rely on outdated methods and struggle to keep up with the evolving needs of students and the demands of the modern world. It's like asking a chef to prepare a gourmet meal with blunt knives and a rusty stove.
We need to invest in our teachers, providing them with ongoing professional development opportunities, access to the latest research and technologies, and a supportive work environment.
Imagine a system where teachers are empowered to innovate, to experiment, to personalize learning for each student. Imagine schools as communities of learning, where teachers collaborate, share best practices, and constantly strive to improve their craft.
This requires a shift in our perspective, from seeing teachers as mere deliverers of information to facilitators of learning, as mentors, as guides on the side. Let's empower our teachers, for they hold the key to unlocking the potential of generations to come. In a world that's changing at an unprecedented pace, clinging to an outdated curriculum is like trying to navigate the digital age with an analog compass. Many Indian schools still follow curricula that are heavily focused on rote learning, traditional subjects, and outdated information.
We're preparing our children for a world that no longer exists, neglecting to equip them with the skills and knowledge they need to thrive in the 21st century. We need to revamp our curriculum, aligning it with global standards, incorporating emerging fields like artificial intelligence, data science, and sustainable development, and fostering interdisciplinary learning.
Imagine classrooms buzzing with discussions about climate change, about ethical considerations in artificial intelligence, about the future of work. Imagine students collaborating on projects that blend science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
This requires a collaborative effort from educators, policymakers, industry experts, and thought leaders. We need to create a curriculum that is dynamic, relevant, and prepares our children for the challenges and opportunities of the future.
Let's equip our children not just with knowledge, but with the skills to think critically, to solve complex problems, to adapt to change, and to shape a better future. The Indian education system often overlooks a crucial aspect of a child's development: their emotional and mental well-being. We focus on academic performance while neglecting the emotional intelligence, resilience, and mental health of our students.
This narrow focus creates undue pressure, leading to stress, anxiety, and mental health issues among students. It's like trying to build a strong house on a foundation of sand, unsustainable and bound to crumble.
We need to create a more supportive and nurturing environment in our schools. One that prioritizes the emotional and mental well-being of our students alongside their academic growth.
Imagine schools with dedicated counselors, trained to identify and address mental health concerns. Imagine classrooms where mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and resilience are taught alongside math and science.
This requires a shift in our mindset, from seeing education as solely about academic achievement to nurturing the whole child, their mind, body, and spirit. Let's create an education system that not only educates but also empowers, that not only instructs but also inspires, that not only imparts knowledge but also cultivates compassion, empathy, and a sense of purpose. By addressing these critical flaws with innovative solutions, we can pave the way for a more effective, inclusive, and forward-thinking education system in India. This is not just the responsibility of the government or educators, it's a collective responsibility. We need parents, policymakers, industry leaders, and citizens to come together and work towards this shared vision. Let's empower our children to become not just degree holders, but true visionaries, innovators, and leaders who will shape a brighter future for themselves and for India. Thank you for watching, and let's work together to make a difference.